So I was around 16 years old and I was on the PS4 with the boys. We were probably playing Minecraft or something like that. And I remember I said to one of them, man, I need to stop playing games. I need to start getting my life together. I can't keep wasting my time playing PS4. And I remember it so clearly what he said to me. And he was like, bro, you need to have fun. Like, this is the age where you party. This is the age where you play games, where you do drugs. And something about that answer to me just didn't feel right. Because I mean, sure, like, he does have a point. You're only young once, and this is the time to have fun and party. Or is that just what we're told? We're kind of influenced by our elders who tell us, oh yeah, like when you're young, just enjoy yourself. Like, take it easy. And that always just felt wrong to me. I always felt like I had to be doing something. I had to be doing something better with my life than just wasting away playing games. And at the time, I didn't really know about self-improvement. Sure, I'd probably seen some better idea videos, you know, the bald guy, or some other very basic self-improvement videos. And it wasn't only until I was around 17, turning 18, that I actually started getting onto self-improvement. It was late 2020. That was probably my first exposure to self-improvement. My boy told me about semen retention and told me how you need to stop watching porn. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then I just went deep into the rabbit hole of self-improvement. And for around 2 years now, I've been on self-improvement, coming up 3. And it's the best decision I ever made in my life to start this pursuit of self-improvement. Because I think the worst position you could be in is being 27, 28, 29, looking back on your life with regret, thinking, man, why did I party all this time? Why did I keep drinking? Why did I do all these bad habits? Because now it feels like irreversible damage. And of course, when you're 27, you're still young, you can reverse it, but it's the calendar effect. It's, I'm 27, I should have my life together, but now I'm fat, ugly, with no girlfriend. And that calendar effect will really take a toll on you. And I think that's one of the reasons why men commit so many suicides, is because they get to a certain age of like 30, 40, their life isn't where they wanted it to be, and they feel like they have no hope because they have so many responsibilities, they have so much pressure on who they should be at that age. And I feel like it's quite similar to what young people experience, where you want to improve, but people have this expectation that you should be enjoying yourself, you should be going partying, but then they also expect you to be getting a good job, doing all these other things. And it's like, what do you want me to do, bruv? And I think the simple answer is just stop the bad habits. Stop going to the club, stop going drinking, stop smoking weed, stop doing these self-destructive habits that just aren't better in your life, because you only live once. And I think the best time to improve is when you're like 18 to 25. I think those prime years are where you're trying to set yourself up for the future. You want to be thinking 10 years down the line from now, 20 years down down the line from now, visualizing the life you want. So these days right now, when you're young, you can put in the hours, you can fail, you can make the mistakes, so that when you're 30, you've made enough mistakes so that you're successful, you're at the place you wanted to be, and you're the man you wanted to be. And I think the hardest part about starting to get your life together is actually starting. Like, where do you start? What do you do? You know, do you start with the gym? Do you meditate? Do you cut out the bad habits? Do you stop playing video games? And my best answer to that is you just get started. Like, whatever you think you have to do, go do it. If you think you need to get in the gym, go get in the gym. If you need to stop playing games, sell your PS4, okay? Don't have it in your room. Don't have it in your house. Just sell it, bro. Get rid of it. It's not good for you, bro. You waste time on it. Like, why are you playing PS4 all day when you could be reading a book or starting your own self-improvement channel, documenting your journey? Because I genuinely think there's a new wave of self-improvement YouTubers coming out, and it's just the authentic kind. It's this kind of thing where you're just talking to a camera, you get to know the person, and you just get to get like a real personality talking to you about self-improvement. I think this is great. I really do. And I think the other thing is you're worried of relapse, and you're worried like you're going to start it and you're not going to finish it. But that is self-improvement in a nutshell. You're going to start going to the gym, you're going to miss a couple days, and then you're going to keep going to the gym. You might miss one day in a week, and then you miss another day, but then eventually you've had a whole month where you've been to the gym every single day, minus rest days, and you've made so much improvement. See, your life isn't going to change like this. It's not going to change overnight. You have to put in the work. You have to make the baby steps to really start sprinting. You have to walk before you can run. So you need to set your expectations small for yourself. And this depends where you're at in your journey. Like, if you're already going to the gym, cool. What if you started going for runs? What if you went for a run a week, and then 2 runs a week, 3 runs a week? Or maybe you don't journal. Maybe you could do a sentence a day, then 2 sentences, 3 sentences, and just journal every day and start understanding and being a bit more introspective of yourself. Because I think there's so many layers to self-improvement. You've got the physical, where you're getting in shape, you're getting more healthy. You've got the mental, where you're trying to get your mental health sharp, you're trying to get more mental clarity. And then you've got the spiritual, where you start exploring God and your purpose and your higher self. And I think those are the stages of self-improvement, or the pillars of self-improvement, that you need to build. And I think the most important one is always going to be the spiritual side, because I think if you're not spiritually well, that will manifest into the physical, it will manifest into your mental, and it all goes hand in hand. It's like cogs in a machine. You need to have them all correct for the machine to be working. And personally, what I've found that has really helped me build my spiritual growth and really like expand my spiritual knowledge is getting closer to God. And how do you do that? Well, you need to seek him, you need to pray to him. And another great way is to fast and pray, and intentionally fast and pray for God, to get closer to God, to understand God, to love God. And I think that's one of the best ways I've found that has personally allowed me to experience God, talk to God, feel God. And I've recommended to you 100% that you should try it, even if you're an atheist. Be open to new things. And I think that's the other thing about self-improvement. It's going to open you up to things you're not used to. Cold approaching women, being a leader, being the first one to put your hand up. You know, you're going to start putting yourself in positions that you wouldn't usually find yourself in if you wasn't on self-improvement, because you like the challenge, you like the growth, you want to become the best man in the building, okay? You start wanting to become your highest potential self. And to be honest, like, I think when you're in self-improvement, you start to grow this urgency, you start to grow this feeling of, I need to achieve everything now, which isn't necessarily the case, but I think it helps knowing like time is finite. You're not going to have all the time in the world to become the best man you can become. You're only young once. And I think if you use that mentality for self-improvement, you're going to be a lot more open to just going for it, just taking those failures, taking the L's on the journey, and just really speeding up your self-improvement process. And what you're going to begin to realize when you're in self-improvement and you really start trying to get your life together, you're going to lose friends. You're going to lose people you thought were best buddies, but really they were just acquaintances that you did drugs with, or acquaintances that you drunk with. And I'm not saying you're going to cut them off, but you might find you lose some friends that weren't really your friends. And in retrospect, you look back and you're like, oh yeah, like we wasn't even that close. Like we just kind of drunk together or smoked together or went clubbing together. But that's what you need in life. You need to dilute your friendship circle. You need to find the real ones. You need to find the people who actually support you and help you grow, but also real with you, who are also telling you the truth about your situation and who you are. You know, I had my boy tell me the other day, like, I'm flip-flopping. Like, I keep doing one thing and then doing the other, and then say I'm going to do this, but then I'm like, nah, I want to do something else. And he told me that, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, I do that. I need to stick to one goal. I need to stick to one plan. And it's normal. Like, I think that's part of self-improvement as well, is trying something. Maybe you realize, actually, I want to try this and trying that, and just finding what works for you. It's about trying, experimenting. I heard this thing once. It's like, as an entrepreneur, you don't necessarily have to be an entrepreneur to be in self-improvement, but self-improvement entrepreneur, you can put time in together. Is you're a bit like a scientist. You're kind of testing different things, what works for me, what bedtime works for me, like what food gives me the best performance, what drinks shouldn't I have, does coffee work for me, should I cut it out, should I go for walks, does meditation work for me? And you're just trying to find out what formulas work for your best potential. And really, you're just trying to find the formula that will lead to your best self. So if you're watching this video, you're probably already in self-improvement and you're in the right direction. But if you're not, bro, just start small. Get in the gym. Go do what you feel deep in your heart that you need to do to improve yourself. There's always going to be a voice in your head. You know what you need to do. You know you already have the answer. Me and my boy were discussing this the other day. I feel like everyone knows what they need to do. They just need to actually listen to that voice and take action. You need to take action. You can't just think and think theory of, oh, maybe it won't work. Try it, bro. Find out. Because that's the only way you're going to improve.